everyone, welcome back to another episode of Junk Food Made Real. I am Jessica and I am one of the co-founders over at 20 Dishes. And if you're new to this page or to 20 Dishes in general, let me just give you a little overview about what 20 Dishes is all about. We are meal planning, kind of new age. Our goal at 20 Dishes is to make real food really accessible to everyone and help them understand that eating real food doesn't have to be boring or plain. We've got almost 1,000 amazingly delicious recipes in our database, and it also doesn't have to take a ton of time and a ton of money. So we have a special system that we have designed that helps people get in and out of the kitchen really quick while still getting really healthy real food recipes and meals on the table. So we are just really passionate about real food, and one of the series that we're doing this year that I'm going to do is this Junk Food Made Real series. And so what I'm doing is when people come to real food, anytime that I've worked with friends and family and even some of my clients, they often have this idea that real food is really boring and they're going to have to sacrifice and give up all of their favorite junk foods. So one of my goals with this series is to take some really common, really popular junk foods and give you guys real food versions of those that you can make at home with really clean ingredients and still get that fix that you're looking for. So today we are talking about a super popular shake. It is the Shamrock Shake from McDonald's. It's almost St. Patty's Day on Friday, I think, and springtime just in general. The Shamrock Shakes come back and you hear all the buzz about them. So I wanted to do a quick video about that and also share with you guys a real food recipe. And I'm going to share why we want to do a real food recipe of the Shamrock Shake. So I have to disclose that I've never actually had a Shamrock Shake, but when I was looking at them on the McDonald's website, when I was putting together this blog post over on the site, I would have definitely drank one of those back in the day. So here are two of the reasons that we want to make our own Shamrock Shake at home. One large Shamrock Shake contains 820 calories and 115 grams of sugar. That is a ton of sugar in one shake. And if that's not bad enough, it contains 51 ingredients. So the drink that you get contains 51 different ingredients. That's kind of insane, considering that the real food version that I'm giving you guys today only contains 7 ingredients, and they're all ingredients that you may already have in your kitchen. So you can look all of this up on the McDonald's website, and I also have a blog post linked in the video description below where I do a really detailed breakdown of different ingredients, and I kind of do ingredient comparison and stuff like that, so you can check that out. I just went through and actually, there were so many ingredients to choose from. I kind of just pulled the top 4 that popped out at me as I was reading through them. So the first ones are, of course, high fructose corn syrup and corn syrup. Those are both present in the Shamrock Shake. And you guys have probably already heard about how bad high fructose corn syrup is for you, so I probably don't need to tell you about that. But the main reason that we want to avoid that, the high fructose corn syrup is present in literally every element of that. The shake, the whipped topping, the sprinkles, all of that stuff on the Shamrock Shake. So corn syrup in general is just an industrialized food. It goes through a chemical process in order to even be made. It's not truly a food. I consider it a food-like substance. That's what I call a lot of these ingredients that really are not food. They're just part of the food processing, food manufacturing process, and a lot of the ingredients that we're seeing in our food nowadays have actually been created in a food lab. So they're not foods that we recognized even 100 years ago, or 200 years ago, or 1,000 years ago. So really, I try to steer clear of those ingredients because frankly, our body doesn't know what to do with them whenever they come in. So corn syrup has a really bad effect on your blood sugar levels. So one of the main parts of keeping your body really healthy is to maintain really healthy blood sugar levels. And so anytime you're eating super, super sugary foods, especially refined and processed foods, your blood sugar is going on this roller coaster constantly. So you're spiking and then you're crashing and then you're spiking and then you're crashing. So that's one of the main issues with corn syrup. But a lot of people don't know that corn syrup products are often really contaminated with things like mercury. They've got tons of contaminants in them. So really, it's just a really, really dirty product, and I recommend steering clear of it. So the next two were the sodium benzoate and potassium sorbate. And I actually had to look these up and do a little bit of research on them because I wasn't super familiar about the specifics. So these are both used as food preservatives. You're going to see them in a whole host of products. The FDA says that they are safe for human consumption in very, very small amounts. But honestly, my idea about real food is that real food doesn't need preservatives. If a food has preservatives in it, then it's not really food. So as my mom always used to say, you should eat what rots, just eat it before it does. So we really don't know the long-term effects of these kinds of preservatives because they haven't really been studied. According to the FDA, so the same organization that approves it for use in food, says that when benzoate is exposed to light and heat in the presence of vitamin C, it can be converted into benzene, which is super, super toxic for the human body. But guess what? A lot of sodas and other beverages where you're going to find the sodium benzoate will also contain potassium benzoate and vitamin C. So those two together can create benzene. So kind of a toxic combo there. And even the American Cancer Society said that benzene is a known carcinogen, and it can either cause cancer or encourage cancer growth. So kind of crappy that stuff's in our food. Again, preservatives really don't have a place in a healthy diet. And if you see those on the labels, I would just put the product back. The next one that I had to look up was polysorbate 80. So this is another food additive. You're going to see it in a lot of different things, from vitamins to medicines to foods. It's typically there to act as an emulsifier and a defoamer. I knew about the emulsifier part of it, but I didn't know about the defoamer. And so this is actually what helps keep commercial ice cream, and a lot of times that soft serve ice cream, which is what the Shamrock Shake is made out of. It keeps it really creamy without separating. And this is also one of the reasons that sometimes homemade ice cream can set up so hard and separate a little bit or not be as creamy, is because it doesn't have these kinds of additives in it that make it like the commercial ice cream. But again, much better for you if you make your own at home. Again, we don't know what the long-term effects of this is going to be. Some researchers have found that the polysorbate 80 can actually create anaphylactic shock in some people. And the Environmental Working Group gives the polysorbate 80 a score of 3, which means fair. It's not terrible in the grand scheme of things, but it's not that great either. So another one that I just would want to steer clear of. The last one that I chose was carrageenan. And so this is a super, super common food additive. You're going to see it everywhere, even in health foods. I see it all the time in like non-dairy milks, especially at the health food store, and non-dairy cheeses. Sometimes I even see it in regular dairy cheese. It just pops in all over the place. Ice cream, everything like that. So it's considered a safe food additive, and that's why a lot of these health food brands will even use it. Because it is derived from a red seaweed known as Irish moss. But the problem is that some animal studies have linked the degraded forms of this carrageenan to ulcerations and cancers in the gastrointestinal tract. Sorry, I can't say that fast. So the studies that they've done with animals have not been the type of the carrageenan that they use in food, but still it does make you stop and question. And there actually is a big movement right now to get this additive out of foods. And I've seen some shifts. I've actually seen some of the non-dairy milk companies that my health food store will carry. I've seen some of them start shifting the carrageenan out of their products, and they actually start putting labels on there now that says, carrageenan free. So there is a move by consumers to help really push these companies to clean up their act. And so that's a really good example of where we as consumers have a lot of power in the marketplace if we come together and make our voices heard. So this is there's been a shift across the food industry a lot in the last couple of years. Like, I think I just saw the other day, I can't remember what brand it was, but I think that it was an organic Dorito. So I haven't looked at the ingredients of the organic Doritos, but I would say that that's progress. They're seeing that people are wanting cleaner products, better quality ingredients in their foods, and some manufacturers are starting to make a shift. So keep speaking up if this is an area that you're passionate about. So those are really 4 of the ingredients that I pulled out, but I can show you here. If you go over to the blog post, you're going to see the whole list of it. And then let me show you the beautiful picture of our homemade Shamrock Shake. And so this one is super easy to make and only takes 7 ingredients. So it has coconut milk, but you could use any milk of your choice, dairy or non-dairy. Coconut milk just makes it super, super rich and creamy, kind of like that ice creamy flavor. Vanilla extract, almond extract, mint extract, baby spinach, or you could use any kind of other green, but baby spinach is really nice because it's very neutral in taste and it blends up really well in the smoothie. And then we add in 2 tablespoons of our 20 dishes grass-fed collagen peptides. So if you're not familiar with that new product, we actually just launched that recently, so you can find a link in the recipe for that, and we're selling grass-fed collagen and grass-fed gelatin. So that adds a little bit of protein to it and some helpful amino acids, so that gives you more nutrition in your smoothie. And then we're just sweetening it with some raw honey or some maple syrup, but you could even omit that and just use stevia if you wanted to go completely sugar-free. So super easy recipe, only 7 ingredients, nothing nasty or artificial. So yeah, I would skip the Shamrock Shake, make your own at home, and see what you think. I'd love to know what you think if you are a Shamrock Shake drinker. Compare the homemade version to the commercial version and let me know what you think. And then also, I would love to hear from you guys as to what you want us to feature in the Junk Food Made Real series. I'm going to be doing this indefinitely, so there's no end to it because I keep getting suggestions from people who are watching these videos just like you, and they're saying, hey, I want you to make X, Y, and Z in a real food version. So we're working on creating real food versions of those, and we're going to be trying to do these every week or every 2 weeks, kind of indefinitely on this channel. So leave me a comment down below and let me know what your favorite junk food is and what you would like me to try to recreate, and we will put our heads together and see what we can do. I'm going to sign off for now, but I also wanted to let you guys know, if you're new to this page or to 20 Dishes, you can actually get a free 5-day meal plan that will give you kind of an intro to 20 Dishes. You'll get to see our secret sauce and put it into action and see how much time you save in the kitchen every week. You can find that link down in the video description below as well. So I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.